To those who complain about Cars getting a trilogy before The Incredibles, you're probably right about that. But at least Cars 3 is more necessary than Toy Story 4. Cars 3, the first of the Cars movies not to be directed by John Lasseter, but by Brian Fee, is the third and final installment of Pixar's Cars trilogy, and is the 18th animated feature from Pixar. So Cars 3 tells the story set after the events of Cars 2. Lightning McQueen, he is an older race car now. He's past his prime, and he has been consistently losing to rookie racer Jackson Storm, who has developed a new high-tech technology when it comes to racing, and in an almost fatal crash that's almost destroys him and his career. He has to train hard with new trainer Cruz Ramirez, who also wishes to become a racer herself and prepare for the bigger final race of the season with Storm. Now, I'm willing to admit and confess, I am a big fan of the first Cars. I don't believe the first Cars deserves the hate that it gets. Yes, boo me if you want, and shame me all you like, say what you want about that movie, but I think it's one of Pixar's most underrated. Cars 2, however, is the opposite. I completely agree with the hate for that one. Cars 2 means nothing to me. It sucks. It's unnecessary. It's my least favourite Pixar movie by far, and I'm not the only one who will say that. Though one of my subscribers, Alan Kalo, really likes Cars 2, and while that is his opinion, I do disagree. Sorry, Alan. But I have to say, I enjoyed Cars 3. Yeah. It was good. I can't say I loved it. I can't say it lived up to expectation or is Pixar's best. Because it was like 7 on my top 10 most anticipated 2017 movies. I can't say it was the Pixar masterpiece I was hoping for, but for what it was, it's actually a good enough and passable end to a mixed bag of a trilogy. First of all, I want to address that the movie is not as dark as the teaser trailer that came out in November last year portrays. Remember when McQueen crashes and he's burning and dying, and you think, holy shit, Lightning McQueen's gonna die, fuck, this isn't gonna be for kids, this is way too edgy. Well, the movie's not quite like the trailer. It never goes that dark, so the trailer was kind of false advertising, but and there's a big but, this is, well, without a doubt, the most mature Cars movie of the three. It pushes the comic relief characters aside, and it focuses more on the racing. It actually engages you in the racing more than the first two. It focuses more on the drama and on Lightning McQueen's, personal journey and struggle, and him coming to terms that he is older. He's not as young as fit as he used to be, and it does delve into some surprisingly deep backstories with all the other characters we meet along the way. The one thing I'm so proud of Cars 3 for doing is correcting all of the mistakes that Pixar made with Cars 2. Making Mesa the main character was so freaking stupid and didn't work at all, whereas they've changed and shifted the focus back to McQueen as the protagonist, which immediately works better. Yeah, it's great to see you back, McQueen, buddy. We really missed you. I I actually have my own Lightning McQueen here. Yeah, he may not be Pixar's strongest protagonist, but I still love him and all have collected all the merchandise. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm a 21-year-old man and I collect Cars toys because, let's face it, that's one of the main reasons Pixar are forced to keep making Cars movies, because Disney wants to cash in on the merchandise and money. But that was Cars 2. Cars 2 was a fucking toy commercial. This is at least focused more on story aspects, like the first movie. And there's a great message about regarding McQueen here, where even though he's getting old, I mean, even if somebody's getting older, they still should be respected and still should not lose their mojo. They've still got a bit of fight left in them. Yeah, I completely was rooting for McQueen and loved his determination to succeed and beat Jackson Storm, and no matter what it took, despite the odds seeming impossible and everyone doubting him. And I'm pleased to announce that Mesa is back to being a supporting character. He's not in it much, and thankfully Sally gets more to do than Mesa, and I do have a soft spot for Sally. I did buy her romance with McQueen in the first movie, and I'm glad she is back playing a major role in the story here, whereas she was hardly in Cars 2. And Cruz Ramirez, wow, I loved Cruz Ramirez. Talk about one of the best trainer characters since Yoda from Empire Strikes Back. Finally, they're having more strong female characters in this franchise. I loved her chemistry in the training scenes with McQueen. She should actually be McQueen's closest friend now, rather than Mesa. Doc Hudson is one of my favourite Cars characters, period. Especially in the first movie. What a complex character he was, and very sympathetic too, and he had a big impact on McQueen, whereas they just forgot about him in Cars 2 and barely mentioned him. Thankfully, they do mention him very frequently. They even included unrecorded lines from Paul Newman, and that adds to McQueen wanting to strive for success to make Doc proud. Yeah, Doc is McQueen's motivation here, and yeah, I really respect Pixar for doing that. It was a touching, wonderful tribute, not just to the character of Doc, but to Paul Newman himself. The movie, actually takes time to slow down and introduce us to some old racers who'd had experiences of their own, and give us some, really intriguing backstories and deep pasts, which, wow, I never thought a Cars movie would actually take time to do that. So it goes to show that these movies do have lickers of potential to be something great, if only they'd focus a bit more on the great stuff. And the racing scenes, this is the second review in a row I've used this wheel for. Wow, there are a lot of movies with cars this summer. The racing scenes I actually gave a shit about since the first movie. They were just as thrilling as the races in the first, and yeah, Lightning McQueen does crash like in the trailer, and it's the most violent, scariest moment in the whole film. But the movie never really tops that. And remember in Cars 1 there were a couple of severe crashes, like we learned that Doc has a terrible crash which ruined his career forever, which is why he gave up being a racer, and also the tragic crash of the King Strip Weathers in the climactic race. The fact that they brought the crashes back to the racing, that gave the racing a very real feel indeed. Something that Cars 2 was solely lacking in. Yeah, I can't believe how much more I enjoyed this movie than Cars 2. And the animation, of course, is stunning. It's Pixar. They are top-notch at CGI animation. They invented it. However, I did say it wasn't perfect. This is certainly not my favourite animated movie of the year. That would be Lego Batman movie. My biggest gripe is that the movie had really tricked you in the trailer. It was going to be completely dark and gritty, and probably the most ambitious Pixar movie yet. I mean, nobody gave a flying fuck about Cars 3 until that trailer. That trailer really pulled everybody in and had me on board even, but it kind of fooled me in a way. It is the most mature Cars movie, but that's not really saying much. It's not as dark as Toy Story 3, which is a real shame. It never has a scene like the furnace scene, and even though Lightning McQueen does crash, he recovers pretty quickly all of a sudden, and just and there's no death in the races. I mean, it would have been a very risky ending to actually kill off Lightning McQueen at the end, but they never do go that far, and they could have pushed the limits with the dark stuff a bit further. The movie's story, while more refreshing and an improvement over its predecessor, is completely predictable. You know McQueen is obviously gonna triumph over Jackson Storm, and you know Cruz Moreira's she secretly wants to be a racer, and just basically if you saw the trailer, you saw the entire plot of the film. There's not really many things that the trailer skipped over, as well as the jokes falling flat. So yes, the comedy here, it's piss poor. It's trying to be the Dark Knight of Cars. Any attempts of humour feel way too out of place and come out of left field. Not to mention Jackson Storm is the weakest character in the movie. The Cars movies have never had the best Pixar villains. In fact, they probably have the weakest. Chick Hicks was just an okay villain, but the villains in Cars 2 were terrible. But Jackson Storm, he's very one-note. He's the most generic, hot-headed racer component for McQueen you will ever see, and he's barely in it. So Cars 3 is my second favourite of the Cars trilogy. Is it Pixar's best? Hell no. Toy Story 3, it ain't. And it is a minor disappointment considering my high hopes. But I still had a kick out of it, and are probably more generous to it than the majority of critics. I give Cars 3.5 stars out of 5. So still not as good as it could have been, but it's still good. I'd take it over Cars 2 any day. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what did you think of Cars 3? Please comment, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe, and please follow me on Twitter and on Google+, and I'll see you next time when I start my Dark Knight trilogy reviews with a review of Batman Begins. I'll see you then. Bye, guys.